All right, y'all. I think we on. Are we live? We here? Okay.
Is you live? Is you live?
Live. Girl, my computer said no. No. I was already sitting here like, hey, let's go. Can you hear me? Kramer, can you hear me? Uh-oh. We still having issues. Is it good?
It's an echo.
Y'all.
Let me see. What's the chat saying? Let me answer chat.
Y'all.
Let me see. What's the chat saying?
Hold on 1 second, y'all.
Answer chat.
All right. Is that better? Perez, you hear echo still? Anybody? I'm sorry. Did y'all hear echo? Is it good? Karma's muted, but I'm sorry.
No, we good.
We good? I think. Karma's muted. Sorry.
No, you good. I think. I think it's me.
I'm about to say, I don't know what it is. Woo! Look, y'all, I got 2 screens. Y'all see y'all new graphics? Oh, okay. So while we are getting this together, we love y'all and we thank y'all for coming in. So come on in. What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. It is it was payday for me. So that's always good, right? That's always a great thing when you get a check, right? But yeah, today has been a whole day. And as you see, StreamYard playing with us. So we're trying to get it together. Let me let Karma back in the stream. Let's see if we can get this started. Let's see.
Girl, why I had us up on YouTube in the background? So it was me.
So it wasn't me.
It was me. Listen, you was on mute. I said, there go that echo again. What it? Oh, it's the tab that's got your YouTube. My
Okay.
bad.
We got it. We back. All right, y'all. Technical difficulties, but we here. All right. We told y'all gonna get what y'all get sometimes, okay? We give y'all us, okay? Full authentic us. And that's what y'all gonna get. Y'all gonna get all of us. And love every bit of us too, okay? So it's time for if you like it, I love it. And there are so many topics, and I gotta say that too. Like, if you like it, I love it. Because listen, we ain't done a hot topic show in a week, so we skipped last week, so we got some stuff to talk to y'all about. And it's crazy because initially I was thinking, okay, we just gonna even do the stuff from last week and do this week, but it's been so much stuff that's happened like in the last few days. We ain't gonna be able to get to all of it, so we just gonna go down our list of hot topics, and hopefully you guys enjoy it and you guys weigh in with us. I am MrsiCandi, and that's my girl Karma Fox, okay? And we here. Karma, praise report, girl. What you got for me?
Okay, so school update, y'all. We are now in week 3, and your girls got all 100%. So we are halfway through the first class already. So halfway through the first class, 2 more classes to go. And that's not the word I'm looking for. Why am I getting lost for words? Scholarship that I proposed to the school to help adult students focus. I have a meeting with that president on July 13th to see what we can do.
Okay.
So, hopefully I'll be able to help people go back to school that are adult learners. So we gonna cross our fingers. So that's my praise report. What about you, Candi?
I love it. So I'm going to pass my praise report to just highlight Black excellence because Monday was Juneteenth, right? And I went to an event where I got to see a friend dance, and I just wanted to highlight his company because I'm not sure if people that are in like the tri-state area even know about it. So I want to show you guys a quick little video of what I took from my Juneteenth experience, okay? Because I got to watch the Black arts, okay? And I want to show y'all. So check this out.
Learn that yellow is the color of sunshine, and the sky is blue, and the trees and the grass are green, and apples are red, and they all live in harmony in a happy little rainbow family, universally accepted by all.
So that is David of Revolution Dance Theater, and he is a Black dancer, but they specialize in ballet because you don't see a lot of Black ballet ballerinas, male and female. You don't see them a lot. And when he got up there and told his story of why he created the company, he was saying that there has not been a Black ballerina for the Cincinnati Dance Academy, Cincinnati Ballerina Academy in 16 years. They have not hired a Black ballerina. And I was like, dang, to hear that. So he started this company to show Black arts, you know what I mean? Because there are Black ballerinas. We matter too. So he actually has a show that is actually at the Aronoff, and he has a different show every year, but he has like a slot where his company is featured at the Aronoff and do a show. I went last year. I believe it was last year I went to one. I didn't go to the one this year. It was called Bible Studies. A friend of mine was in there, but I had another engagement. I couldn't go to it. But I love, the arts. And then the first thing I saw, like the Black girls doing the ballerina, I was like, oh, I gotta bring my baby because that's something she's never seen. Like just like Black opera singers and Black, it's just so many things about Black people that you don't see that we are in those genres of art because they don't like to highlight it. So I really wanted to showcase him, and it's in Cincinnati. So if you guys love the arts, you can guys go support, see their shows. They also do dance classes. I'm going to do a birthday dance class. We're not going to do ballet. We're going to try to do a little something sexy. I'm going to do my sexy.
And what was that company called?
Revolution Dance Theater.
Evolution Dance Theater. Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat.
Yeah. Because again, Juneteenth, I was trying to support us, but I was trying to support it in a different way too. Versus the barbecues.
I love that.
So I wanted to highlight them.
Support them.
Black excellence in our city. So God, you know what we can start doing if you guys want to highlight some Black excellence, send it to me and Karma, and then we can showcase it because we rooting for everybody Black. That's how it is. Okay, so Karma, it's time to do a viral video. Okay, I got two. Two.
Oh, I can't wait. Which one?
Okay, so the first one, this one was hard for me because normally I don't always agree with this person. Like I'll be like, oh my God. Like sometimes he goes on these rants and you be like, oh God, here we go. You know what I mean? I'll be feeling them sometimes, but sometimes I don't. So it's like to showcase it. But Dr. Umar has been going viral for something he said on a podcast. Now those podcasts that's been going viral where they like to talk about women and submission, and women need to be held accountable for choosing bad, and it's a lot of those podcasts that are very popular right now. So Dr. Umar was on a podcast, and I'm not even gonna show the full clip. I'm gonna just show y'all just a minute of what he said. Well, I was like, ooh, because they didn't like it. So I'm gonna show y'all this real quick, and I'm gonna get Karma's thoughts on this. All right.
So and what I also tell black women, if you're going to go get you an African man from the continent, you're going to have to understand that the way in which you talk to black men in America will not be tolerated over there.
Why the fuck is it tolerated? It's not tolerated here. That's what we're trying to tell them.
Well, over here, I want to say this to us, though, because we try to act like the way sisters treat us doesn't have a history that we are not at least partly responsible for. Let's be honest. The black woman has had to hold down the black house by herself, although imperfectly. She's had to do it by herself since the mass incarceration of black males began in the 1970s. So when a sister says, I don't need a man, because she couldn't find one strong enough to hold her down. Or when you meet a woman and you say, sister, I'm strong enough to be your man. You ain't got to work or you ain't got to pay the bills or whatever. Pull back. I got you. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection.
What I got from what Dr. Umar was speaking was our trauma. As black women, we, you know what I mean? A lot of us have the same trauma as far as bad relationships, right? And it makes us have this guard up. It makes us a little tougher. I'm in my soft girl era, okay? So I don't know about everybody else, but right now I'm operating extremely feminine and soft. I don't want to be masculine. Listen, girl, I don't even want to hang pictures. I don't want to change light bulbs. I don't want to do nothing. And I did notice that I was doing stuff like that. I was also, more so impatient. Like, can you do this? And then you got to ask 30 million times for a man to do something. So I just do it myself, throwing my back out, doing all this kind of stuff. Like, they're saying that we're masculine, but I do feel like sometimes you have a choice. Something got to get done. You got to be the one to do it. So I think Umar was just trying to say the reason that a lot of women are like this is because of the situation that they've been put in. As far as he was talking about from like the 50s or something, the Section 8, the government kicking the men out, men not being there. So women having to be single moms and raising all these kids by themselves and the men was leaving. And it was more so like, as a man, if you want to be the leader, if you want a woman to submit, if you want to be the head of the household, you have to accept your responsibility as a man of the community that you haven't really been there for the community. The men's response was, so we got to be held accountable because she make bad choices. So she got with Pookie and Ray Ray and it's our fault. So it was just nice to see an actual man have the conversation with men because I'm always seeing women and men go back and forth on these podcasts and they really don't want to hear what women got to say anyway. I just think we might speak different languages. So they don't hear us. Maybe they don't want to hear us. I don't know. Karma, what did you think about what Umar said?
Any broken clock is right twice a day. So I don't necessarily have a problem with what Umar was saying, but right message, wrong messenger. It was giving very Derek Jackson vibes, very pandering, considering your history. Considering you like to sleep with prostitutes and we still ain't seen that school and the list goes on, that to me, it looked like the Spider-Man meme of him. You know what it remind me of? You ever dated a nigga where he think he the best nigga out of the worst niggas in the group and then that nigga is the one that gives the other niggas their advice?
Yeah.
Like, your mind be blown because you be like, what is you do? That's Umar.
That's Umar. Okay.
Yes, that's what girl just got triggered. He remind me of somebody I dated who was the person in the group, and I'd be looking like, but you're not even there. So how you gonna lead them to a well you ain't never been to drink out of? Y'all know how I feel about that. So I don't have all these, not all of them. Majority of these black men be playing in our face, and I saw it and I kept scrolling and I even saw the full context, like the back and forth or whatever. And I just feel like they just like to play in our face. Y'all know what to do. Y'all have a really good sense of understanding. Y'all use buzzwords like masculine and feminine energy. When honestly, we both should be exuding both. Right? Like if something should happen to your man, or them there if you are not, gender specific. You should be able to step in that. If you pass away, your male significant other should be able to be nurturing to your children. I don't understand these masculine, feminine buzz motherfucking words. I just be a decent ass person. I get you got to look at the message, which is fine, but in Umar's case, to me, it feels more like pandering as well. I'm not saying anything is wrong with the message, but it did not feel authentic. It felt regurgitated like these relationship gurus do.
Now,
and
I heard that, and I have to find it. I didn't have time to actually go find the clip, but I was watching Bondi Blue. She's a YouTuber that I watch, and she was talking about how she seen Umar do an interview with someone, a female, and he was kind of speaking like the men, and the lady was saying the same stuff that Umar was saying in this actual podcast.
And I didn't even know I could hear it, and I could tell they're just regurgitating what we're saying and feeding it back to us. I am aware of the history of Black men. I'm also aware of our trauma and history too, and so the hell are them. So I guess what I'm saying is like there's nothing new to what he said. We've already been saying it, and what is not happening is the change in accountability within their own community.
I think the reason, because you're right, we've been saying this, right? We have been saying it, but when it comes from another man, they receive it differently. I don't know, because it got to the point where
it was like watching paint dry. Go watch the full thing. That man was arguing with Umar like he had said something different. No, it don't. It's like watching paint dry because they have been conditioned to be Black males have been conditioned under white supremacy to now they have this patriarchy view that everything is about them. Everything is catered to them. Their viewpoints is above everyone else. That unconditioning is going to take some time and way more than one conversation. And then what Umar is doing exactly to help with that is unknown. And that's why I didn't care for the message, because I don't even see anything in his actions that are modeling the behaviors that he's even talking about. So he didn't make my nipples hard with that. No, thank you.
The nipples definitely didn't get hard. That's not.
Like I did not feel seen. For me, I didn't feel seen. I felt mocked because you're saying that, but you haven't done anything. Right? Like you're saying this, and we have a history of you being a misogynist. So what are you talking about? So this whole idea of maybe he'll listen to them, he's not even modeling what the hell he's talking about. So now I feel like you're mocking us. So I didn't find it pleasurable for me.
Okay. That's fair. Wait a minute. Because that's been happening for a while.
Please don't you donate. Don't you donate. I want you to go look that up for yourself. Don't you donate. That school has been being built for maybe a decade at this point.
Yeah, that was before I got married. That was like
it's not a decade. I have seen houses and hospitals build quicker than this school that was already built that he was supposed to redesign. Please, Nicole, don't get that man your money.
Yeah, it is. That school been built for a long time, so I look, no shade to Umar. That school been built a long time. Okay, so the next viral video, it's a little longer. I sent this to Karma, and it was a debate. Okay, it was a debate, and it was hard for me to get past the tone to pay attention to the message. So I just want y'all to watch this, and let's just kind of critique what could have been done differently.
It's gonna be good. Y'all gonna be typing out for this one.
Okay, so y'all just watch this. Here we go.
When you come outside with the blue hair, the eyelashes, the makeup, everything,
yes,
it just screams like she's just one of those girls, bro.
City
girls, like stripper culture, like that kind of shit.
Can I just say one thing to that?
You can't say nothing to that because I'm telling you how guys perceive it. So that's how we perceive it. Do
Okay.
you get what I'm saying? What are you gonna say that's gonna negate what I'm saying?
I'm an artist, okay? So when I'm on stage, my lyrics, everything that I do, I represent Christ, I represent myself, and I represent beauty, and I represent black women that are bosses.
No,
Let me land.
No. You can't land no more. That boss stuff. A man does not want a woman who says she's a boss, sweetheart.
Insecure men don't want a boss.
No man. And I'm telling you, men who've conquered the world do not want this. But are they taking you home and saying that's my wife?
Some have.
There's a difference.
Some have. That's
No. You got a rebuttal to everything, but you're not digesting. You're hearing, but not listening. You know why it's important for you to listen?
To you?
No, not to me.
Okay,
to wisdom. So you talked about being a Christian, but it says the older women need to teach the younger women, and younger women need to listen and be submissive. But you know how many young women are not submissive to what men say? But you say you're a Christian woman.
Okay.
You can't be a Christian woman and buck against what men are saying. That is anti-biblical, is anti-God, is anti-Christ, and it makes you the great whore of Babylon. That's what the Bible talks about. I was raised in Christian school, Christian college, and I was in church 4 days a week, all day on Sunday.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, it means something when I'm telling you scripture and you're bucking against it, and it's against the word of God. So don't claim God and Christianity, but your attitude is bucking, and you cannot be quiet for one moment. Don't ask me a question, respond to what I said.
Okay, so what do you want to
Don't ask me a question. You hear, but you do not listen. If you listened, you would know the questions I asked.
The questions that you asked, I don't really have much to say to them. I'm going to be honest with you.
But don't claim Christianity if you're not willing to submit to when men are telling you. A lot of women are Christian feminists.
I'm not a feminist.
No, you claim Christianity when it works in your favor, but you put down men and say, you're rebellious.
Can I just
you're
ask,
rebellious.
when did I put down a man here?
You're rebellious.
When did I put down
You're
a man?
rebellious, and I'm calling it out. You're rebellious.
But when did I call a man
You're rebellious.
I'm not.
You're rebellious.
I'm not, babe.
Don't claim Christianity.
Don't
You're rebellious.
speak that over me, 'cause
no,
that's not
I'm
me.
speaking it over
Don't
you.
speak
Even
that
you
over me.
talking now, you have no discipline because you can't sit and listen without opening your mouth.
Because I don't feel like
because
your
you're
points are
rebellious.
valid
No, I'm
to
telling you,
me.
you are antichrist and you are the Jezebel. Whoever has influenced you has told you need to be this Jezebel and anti and rebellious.
What we're not going to do,
you're not going to tell nobody what we're not going to do. This isn't your show. Don't tell nobody what we're not going to do. Yeah, don't tell me what I'm not going to do. No, but I will. You will not tell me what I'm not going to do. Don't tell me what I'm going to do.
But is it your show?
No, is it yours?
Cool.
It's his.
Karma came back with a cigarette.
Cause y'all know I'm Christian, but I cuss a whole fucking lot, girl. I blacked out. I had, you see me, I had to take the screen to black, go get a cigarette. I was like, let me just realize that we're doing commentary and I don't have to fight. You know what I'm saying? Put me there. What's your thoughts first?
She was very confrontational, right? So I'm okay with agreeing to disagree with somebody. Karma and I do it every week. We agree to disagree. It's okay to have a difference of opinion. I didn't like the way, I don't even know what blue hair girl was trying to say, because the quote unquote Christian was cutting her off so much and just injecting herself and saying so much and calling her names. And it was like, what? You ain't even letting her talk. How was she a Jezebel? How, like, I was like, damn, like she said she was a boss. So because she a boss, you was triggered that much that you was calling her names. You were over talking her. It was, I don't even understand what her argument was, because again, it was her tone. It was her approach. Even if it made sense, even if she actually had valid points and whatever she was trying to say about being a Christian, because I don't know what she said. And I tried to watch it a few times, Karma, and her tone, her demeanor turns me off. When someone talks to you like that, you're not going to receive anything they're saying. You're just not. You're not. And I just feel like you got to have effective listening, and you have to be able to communicate with people. She was just out of line. To me, it was just totally out of line. You wasn't even letting the host. I saw one that was a little bit longer than that, and the host was trying to stop
her. Where she called her a whore of Babylon.
Yes,
she called her a whore of Babylon. She kept going.
Yes, and why though? Why did she keep going? What triggered her to like? Am I tripping, y'all? I would have hit her. I ain't gonna even hold you. That's a fight. That's a whole fight. Yeah,
it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things wrong. number one, she's the representation of Christians that have made a lot of millennials and other people and Gen Zers turn away from the church. She is that representation. When we talk about church hurt and trauma and all of that.
No, you're true. I was saying that to a friend of mine. Well, no, a coworker of mine. I got two coworkers. I have one that's a little younger, and I was talking to her about the church and about how some people can be so churchy and they can be so judgmental with it that they turn you away from church, and it makes people not want to go. And she's definitely one of them people. Like, I promise you, her life ain't perfect. I promise you, she don't do everything straight and arrow the way the Bible say and direct this, that, and the other. So the way she came off as I'm better than, and you are this, and you are that, and off because the girl said she was a damn boss. Like, that was like the thing for me. So yeah, people like that are definitely the ones that turn people away from the church. And that's
all of it. They are the reason why when I tell people I'm Christian, they can't believe it because they're so used to hearing that type of demeanor, that type of vitriol, that type of judgmentalness. And meanwhile, I smoke and cuss. And so that's why I have a different representation, which is more authentic. So whatever she's talking about, she's not a representative of what she preaching, because that's not the way you talk to people. And I'm Christian, and I would have beat her ass. So kudos to that. Number two, I hope that young lady's PR team is fired, because there is no way you should have put your talent in a hostile environment, which lets me know you must didn't research the show, you didn't research the guests, because the fact that whatever she was supposed to be there for, I doubt. Because this part is going viral. I don't even know who that little blue. I don't even know who Smurf that is.
And you know what? I was trying to find the full video and I couldn't find it.
I don't know who she is. So it was a clickbait moment, and I don't know who Smurf that even is. But she held her own with a lot of grace. And my third issue was, this goes back to with that Umar shit, right? Umar talking, Umar and the other man he was discussing when we had these conversations about men wanting to be men. You're not a man because you should have been able to communicate in a way to knock that shit out.
Right.
They up here arguing back and forth, and you have no presence about you that can even command a room. And that's what I'm saying. And y'all be wanting us to follow y'all to a broken ass table. You can't even handle your own podcasting show. And but like we listen to that. There's nothing about your presence that can even command a room. And to them other little girls that was sitting in the background, shame on y'all. Because if I was there, there was no way I was gonna let that young lady be berated. Talking about some wisdom and elder. I'd have beat her ass for that little girl.
Yeah, that was weird too. The whole young girls need to listen to the elders. I'm like, first, how old are you? You're not my mama. When I think of elders, let me just be, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I think of like my great aunties and my grandma, and my mama's generation up. Those is my elders. So I don't.
She probably is to her. She looked like she was a Gen Zer. I mean, older millennial and Gen X can have her. So she might have been in the age range of possibly, her daughter. But it was just, she couldn't have been my daughter, because I'd have shut that whole goddamn podcast down. You talking to my child like that, because she got some blue hair and some goddamn fingernails. Like, what did you talk? I'd have beat.
Right, is that what triggered her though? Because I'm still trying to figure out what she's talking about. The girl said she was a boss, and then that's when she interjected.
I think because they tried to paint this hyper independence with Black women. And to a degree, we can have that separate conversation about whether or not the conditioning of what we have been through and the traumatization that we've had has made us a little hyper independent, and we don't know how to be interdependent because we're used to having to take control. We can have that conversation, but I think when we hear words that coming out of our mouth like boss and city girls and all these other like independent terms, it triggers the pick-me's.
Gotcha.
And that's who she was, because I didn't see a ring on her finger.
Yeah.
Okay.
That part.
I done told her old ass the fuck up. First, I would have shifted her wig. I would have tried to have a conversation, woman to woman, but you wasn't gonna keep berating that girl in front of me. Shame on them other young girls that sat in that room and didn't speak on her behalf. All of y'all let that girl get attacked
for no reason. Let's just be clear. Like, she went off on her for absolutely no reason. Like, okay. Again, I don't know what she was talking about. So let me show y'all. We're gonna go into the hot topics. I just want y'all to see y'all girl Danae Jackson. She out here taking photo shoots, y'all. She ain't got her bonnet on. People, y'all must be buying these classes, these coaching, because my girl, look at her face.
Y'all better not be buying that. If y'all buy that, y'all better not be buying that.
Look at her hair. She gonna be speaking in Fort Lauderdale in July. Like, she got speaking.
I would rather pay $250,000 to go on a sippy cup than to her.
Y'all see her though? I just want y'all to look at her because she, even though Miss Danae is crazy, charging $7,000 for some type of situation, she is showing Mr. Jackson that she, all right, I'm okay. You know how when you break up with somebody, you have a glow up?
This is not a glow up. What she is doing, because she is not healed, she is adapting the behaviors of her abusers. Her abusers scammed and manipulated people, and now you're doing the same, and you're using religion as a tool. You ain't bossing and glowing up with nothing, because there's no way as a Christian we should be charging anybody no $7,000. Like, that is asinine and insane. When I'm trying to find ways to give it back and help people, why would I charge you $7,000 for knowledge? At this point, I'm trying to get free clinics for therapy. Like, I don't want to charge that type of. I don't want my money. Like, I don't want to hoard her wealth off of people's pain. That don't sit well to me as a Christian.
Yeah. But
that's crazy.
Weird to me though, because I haven't seen her like all her posts now. Because, you know, like when she was going through the stuff, we was seeing like the fro, and we was seeing her quoting scriptures, a lot of scriptures, and talking, you know what I mean? Like, it was just very like, But the last like 2 weeks, homegirl been having photo shoots, makeup artists, weaves down her back. So I'm just thinking somebody paying for these classes.
She just got a team.
If anybody has actually paid for a course or a class, reach out to us so y'all can tell us about it.
And you could do it anonymously, since I said I don't want y'all paying for it. If you scared, I'm not gonna put your head off. But tell us though. Tell us how it is. You could be anonymous. We won't put you out there, but tell us how it is and what you got for it if you paid that price for it.
Okay. All right. Next hot topic, y'all. The neighbors in Hidden Hills, they want Nicki Minaj and Kenny Petty out. Okay, they got a petition going saying no sex offenders in Hidden Hills. This came from Ice Cream Combos, okay, the website, and they have 1,000 signatures so far. They want Kenny Petty out. Nicki, they don't. Why you make that face, Karma? What you think?
This is such a interesting topic for me personally. So I'm gonna tell y'all some of my tea, because y'all know I'm very humble, transparent, open. Hopefully my story, my testimonies always help yours. So my children's father is currently now on a registry, which is why he gone. Okay. And it is a complex situation. And for Nikki, and again, if y'all have those complex situations, inbox me. Don't put them in the chat, because people gonna tear me up just for saying this. So I don't want y'all teared up for that. But it is a very complex situation to navigate. With Nikki, Nikki needs therapy, because she has a history with abusers. You know, her brother went to jail. She also was in many abusive relationships, and then she chose someone already. Already, like, you already had it. You didn't walk into it. It didn't just happen. You already knew.
You had knowledge of it
and did that. And these are the complexities in which it happened. I remember, because listen, J Mill can't even believe I said that. That's one of my best friends in the chat right now. I remember crying and calling her and other friends and in therapy, because you really don't know how to move. Like, if your kids want to come over and they daddy was here, do I tell you? Do I not tell you? He can't come to school, can't come to churches. Is it safe to still let them have a relationship? Should you cut the relationship off? Should you get it supervised? It is so difficult to willingly put yourself in that situation already. I don't have any words for Nikki, because honestly, these are the things that happen. And these are the type of social stigmas as well that will continue to follow you. And it don't matter where y'all live at. That's just not something people want to be around. So best of luck on her journey. I personally just severed ties. And so that's that, looking at all of my options and different things that that was the best move for me and my household. But it is extremely complex when those things happen. It is a lot harder than what people think that is. And so God bless her on her journey, because I don't know if in her mind, because she had money, she thought she was going to be able to navigate these things easier. You're not. His restrictions and the way that y'all move and your career and all of this, it is going to be hard. And I pray for her healing and understanding, because honestly, her career has not been the same since she's been involved with this young man. God bless her on her journey. She can call me. I'm still in school.
Like Jamil said, she married him. They had a baby with him, knowing he was
knowing. So, like I said, it'd been different if it happened during, but you knew it. And so, and we all make, bad decisions and not smart decisions, or decisions out of trauma. So I tread lightly with Nikki, because I'm in something similar, not exact. And now that she has a child with him, this is going to be a very hard navigation on whether or not he can come to preschool graduation. It's you made it really difficult.
It's true.
God bless her on her journey. Next case.
All right. Next up, your girl Riri. She stepped down as CEO of Savage Fenty and appointed a new young lady, a female, as the CEO. A lot of people was giving her backlash because they said she could have hired a Black CEO. Some people said, be happy she hired a woman, So I just think it's interesting that she's stepping down. I feel like maybe, she's about to have her second kid and she's really just trying to do the mother thing. That doesn't mean she doesn't own it anymore. She still probably has most of the shares and sits on the board and still gonna make.
But why is she doing it? But why did she pass the baton?
That's what people are saying.
I think that's a valid question. Like, why? They can go be CEOs anywhere, Riri. Why? I want people to be more intentional about opportunities. I am sure that this woman is extremely qualified for the position. That is not a thing. That is not a thing. That is not a thing. And as the B in the LGBTQIA, you is not fit to get me canceled. That is not a thing. So I feel like we should just be more intentional about opportunities. Of course, there's going to be a white woman that's qualified, but they have a better advantage of having other opportunities than any. You could have picked any. You could have picked a Black trans woman. You could have picked. You have a plethora of options. Non-binary, Black woman. Anything. Anything, but I wish she would have kept the CEO position within our community. This gives me remember Carol's Daughters?
Yes. And they started
Shea Butter, right? Every time we see them pass the baton, the The products don't be the same.
Oh.
The advertisement isn't the same. Budgets ain't the same. I just feel like they don't really understand our demographic. And, you know, I'm always happy and rooting for Riri and everything that she does, but I'm not really enthused about this decision. I really wish she would have kept it in our community. So she may have a scandal about to come out, so she stepped down so that they couldn't come after her seat. That's fine, but you could have picked someone else. I don't think anybody's criticism is about her stepping down. I don't think we care about that. We know Riri want to go be barefoot and pregnant and have ASAP Rocky kids. We know we ain't getting no album. We know that she wants to be in mommy mode, and that's fine. She should have that luxury. She got the money to do it. I just don't know why she passed it. I'd rather you had passed that motherfucking baton to ASAP.
No.
over the picture.
Her, yeah, I see what you're saying.
You did that.
I wonder what her answer is, because that is a lot of people's criticism. It's not like uncommon. A lot of people are like, why wouldn't you pass it to a woman of color?
Like I do. She probably ain't gonna answer us because she don't care no more. But I do want an answer, and I don't want to hear no politically correct answer about how she was qualified. We know white people, some of them are qualified. That's not keep stuff in our community.
Why do we do that? Like, okay, just think about. I was talking to my family about this, right? Like a lot of times with other cultures, I'm gonna just say that they like to pass stuff down, right, to the next generation so they can continue growing. Versus our community, we want to make everybody start over, and you got to get it from the bottom, start like I did. I ain't getting no help. I had to do this. I had to do that. So a lot of people, they sell family homes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's like the weirdest thing to me, that when their kids get 18, you got to get out, you got to pay some bills, you got this. They don't give them, like, we don't give our people a chance to like really get started or a little push to help them go. So in this situation, it's the same thing. Rihanna, you become a billionaire with these, you know, with Savage Fenty, and you passed the torch to a white woman. Like, that's just like, well, and Juneteenth just passed. Shit, it would have been nice.
Best of luck on your journeys. If you like it, I love it.
That's it. All right, so Cardi B and her employee have been back in the news, y'all. They've been back in the blogs. The beef continues, guys. The beef is still going on. So let me see if I'm right, okay? Because I might not be right, because I was trying to follow, but I don't know when I actually came in. So apparently, first of all, she was, I don't know if this came first. The first thing I saw was a video of Cardi B going off on paparazzi because they was trying to film her dad or something. And she was like, don't be talking about daddy or whatever. She was, I don't know what that was, but they were like, I don't know if it was Father's Day or what, but she was trying to stop them from filming her dad. So this is when I was finding out that, like, this is some stuff that when the whole lawsuit happened, why it happened was because Tasha was spreading rumors about Cardi and even her family, like her father, her sister, like other stuff. So that might have been an old clip or whatever, but this triggered some of the anger that Cardi B has behind this whole Tasha K thing. Not only was she making up alleged rumors about Cardi B, she was doing about her family, you know, her daughter, her father, her sister. So this is, you know, fueling Cardi B's anger and why she want her $4 million. Okay, this is what's going on. So recently, you know, we got the Ocean Gate situation, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But Cardi B has saw that the CEO that was on the actual little boat thing, his stepson went to a concert while they like doing a rescue mission trying to find his stepdaddy. And instead of being at home watching TV, trying to pray for a stepfather, he had Blink 182, whatever, the group Rockstar, you know, rocking out at the concert. So Cardi did a video how, because the boy can't, because people was criticizing him, of course. And then he was like, my stepdad would want me to go. He would want me to go and have a good time. You know, that's what he said. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Stay at home? So Cardi did a video in response like, yes, if I'm missing, your ass should be at home watching the TV, scared for me, praying for me. Like, so she did that. So when she did that, Tasha K threw out some shade under one of the videos that was showing Cardi B going off about this, saying, you had guns and stuff when Takeoff died, right? Is that how the beef started?
Yeah, you on the right path. She had commented in Neighborhood Talk saying it's funny, basically, how she's talking about, you know, this son when she was having guns and doing other stuff as Takeoff was there. And, you know, Takeoff passed. And then Cardi responded to that and said, you know what, that's why I'm going to take your house, your kids, your dog. I'm paraphrasing all of that. Look, my favorite part was, but since you want to be funny for comments, I'm going to make sure your kids don't go to college. You think my lawyers don't know you have money in Africa? I'm gonna make sure I get every red cent of my $4 million. Don't ever put Takeoff name in your mouth. Okay. So she did that, and she went into a Twitter room and was going off about it as well. And so today, Tasha said, and I'm gonna take it one step further. Tasha is now claiming that Offset has a side chick. She is now trending on Twitter, and if this alleged phone number is right, because it's some toxic accounts, they don't retweet it. Apparently, this is supposed to be Offset number, so she doxed this number as well. If that's true, because that was off another Twitter account. So at this point, if somebody was suing me and had 4 million reasons to do so, I wouldn't be playing they motherfucking record. I'd be like Candyman, scared to say their name 3 motherfucking times. I wouldn't say not a word about Cardi B. I don't. There is an unhealthy obsession, in my opinion, with Tasha K and Cardi. I don't understand why she won't leave this girl alone. And then recently, before we hopped on, Tasha K went live on her Instagram and said that she not taking nothing down again. She didn't take nothing down before because it's a part of her brand. And she feels like if she starts taking down things, it opens the room up for other celebrities to also ask her to take things down. And she wants Cardi B to be putting out an album. And then she starts talking about her album and other different things and alleging that Cardi B is asking the label for money, but the label won't give it to her, that they running out of funds. She keeps going.
Yes.
They gonna be listen, her kids gonna end up drinking rain. They gonna have to put buckets out because she won't be able to afford the water bill. I don't get it. She needs to be in my pseudo chair expeditiously because I do not understand this obsession. And then she had the nerve when she put this out to hashtag the barbs. You are psycho. Now, Nikki don't, Nikki, but Nikki ain't even said nothing.
Right.
And so you even hashtagging the barbs is also, it's y'all know how these fan bases are. Like, you are creating chaos. She is like the Zeus network of bloggers.
So that's what when I was telling you a couple weeks ago, how Tasha K, it seems to me that she gets joy off of hurting people. That's when I was talking about, I think, the Derek Jackson situation, right? Because Tasha K, it seemed like she was having a good time bringing out mistress after mistress, knowing that this hurts a family, knowing that a wife is sitting over here getting this information and you just throwing it out and you're like, cause look, y'all. Like, it's like you enjoy hurting people. Like, I understand reporting, I understand gossip, I understand the blogs, but even like, if you tell something, you know what I'm saying? The joy you get from giving people bad news was like disturbing to me, right? Like, if I say a story about somebody and I'm like, allegedly this is going on, I'm not like happy about it. You like, ooh, look what I got, y'all. I got some, and it's gonna hurt somebody. I got something that's about to destroy people. Yay! I was like, so the way she is like, still after going to court, after losing, the fact that you still enjoy taunting Cardi, like, girl, it's weird to me. Like, what? Why? Why do you get so turned on by hurting somebody? It's just so weird. I did not see what she said about Armand. I know that I've seen Tasha K beef with so many people. Just throughout the few years I followed her. And I would have to pull back. I couldn't like follow her for a second because it was just too toxic. But I've seen her actually beef with a lot of different people. Like, I think she gets off on that. You know how some people, like, they'll be in a relationship with somebody and it could be happy, but they'll find stuff to fight about because they actually thrive off of toxic relationships and they can't be happy. Like, Tasha's like that. Like, she just gotta, like, beef with people. She beefed with Lovely T. She beefed with Armand Wiggins. She beefed with Storm Monroe. She beefed with, like, she just like the beef with people. And it's like, why, girl? Like, I don't like confrontation. I'm in my soft girl era. So if y'all like it, I love it. But that ain't for me.
You know, I'm gonna ask y'all in the chat, and I this might be a little controversial. I just want to see y'all take on it. Is there a big difference? Oh, I can't believe I'm gonna ask y'all this question. Don't come for me. Is there a big difference between Tasha K and Wendy Williams? Think about it. Think about all the things.
That's what I'm doing. I'm playing Wendy back. And
Tasha K has repeatedly said that Wendy Williams is one of her,
right,
you know, influences. And when we talk about, you know, Tasha K and her actions, I just want to talk about the roots of bloggers and Black media and how some of them choose to do their commentary. Yeah. And where is Wendy Williams in that accountability bracket?
Yeah. When I first was introduced to Tasha K, I said she reminds me of Wendy Williams. I totally said that when I first saw her. I can see her being like the new, you know, modern whatever Wendy Williams 2.0. I do feel like I felt like Wendy was messy. Like, my favorite Wendy moment is when Whitney Houston cussed her out on air. Like, that is my all-time.
Was Whitney cussed her out? That was our favorite moment. And my second favorite was Judge Mathis.
Yeah. Yes.
But it wasn't because of Wendy's commentary. It was because she got cussed out.
Right. Exactly.
I can't really think of so many like memorable moments where Wendy's commentary, you know, heavy, whatever, but more or less like people's reactions to Wendy was more iconic for me. The things that
when Wendy was on radio, that's when she was the most vicious. Like, that's when she was really, really Tasha K. Because when she got the television, although she would be shady, it wouldn't like push the bar too much. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when she was on the radio, though, she used to say some stuff like, girl, like, you know what I mean? Like, dang, just like Tasha. Tasha would just say some stuff. You'd be like, damn, like, that's no limits, no boundaries at all. Oh, okay. So yeah, they the same.
I'm just saying, like, if you dislike Tasha K but like Wendy Williams, you might want to reevaluate on the issue of why. I feel like Wendy Williams crawled for the shade rooms and the Tasha K's and the neighborhood talks to run and the Jason Lees. They all constantly give Wendy Williams praise, and they have sort of a viciousness and a vitriol with their commentary.
That's another one I don't like that much. Like, I don't like Jason Lee. That's another one I don't like. Like, occasionally, I'm not gonna say like I never like their stuff or whatever. Just like Wendy Williams, like I couldn't, when Wendy Williams was out, I didn't watch her show every day, right? I wasn't like a fan to watch it every day. But when I would see like on YouTube the hot topic clips, sometimes I would watch them, and sometimes they would be interesting. So with Tasha K, it's like that. It's hit or miss. Like, it depends on who she interviewing. It depends on what she's saying that I'm gonna actually like it. A lot of times I turn it off. A lot of times I don't care. Jason Lee, I've just never seen it for him. I don't know why, but
it's just they have like this same underlining of like no boundaries and things like that when it comes to that. And you know, I see the comment saying that Tasha K thinks she thinks it's a brand. It kind of is though. Like, Zeus Network is a brand. There's an audience for Zeus Network participants. That's why people are watching it. There is an audience for Wendy Williams, and there's an audience for Tasha K. Even with that scandal with Cardi B, it did not dip her million followers on YouTube. You know, she has still been able to launch a separate app. She's still been able to pioneer on YouTube. So it ain't that bad. And I think there goes to show about, even if that audience isn't as big as the people who don't like it, there's something there with it. It's something there with it. It's some form of a brand. because people are interested.
Yeah.
I don't do Tasha K. I any clips or anything that she's in, I watch it from the YouTubers that and the bloggers that I feel like blog with integrity, and their commentary is lighthearted, and it doesn't feel vicious with it, you know, and they're more of an educated opinion. It's just not like stuff they just throwing out and seeing what sticks, you know. And being hella salacious. So I at this point I hope, I want Cardi B to go ahead and take her DNA. But I don't just meaning like I want her to take everything. I don't want anything physical to happen to Tasha K, but I'm okay with her taking her kids' college fund and everything else, because Tasha K reminds me of the girl in the hood that got beat up but still talking shit afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, you got beat up.
Let's be for real. Do you think Tasha K can fight? At all?
At this point, I don't care. She is just giving me Marlo vibes and Wendy Williams, or just low vibrational vibes. I don't care. I don't watch Armand Wiggins neither. I hope I watch the Community beef eventually, but I that's not really my fan of commentary neither. But Tasha K is just, when Cardi's go ahead and take her wigs, her cars, I'm tired of people criticizing whether or not Cardi B needs it or not. Cardi did mention that when she does get this $4 million, she plans on donating it because she doesn't need it. I will be adding Cardi with my student loan.
I know that's right.
Because I know Cardi be reading her mentions, and I'm going to put my hat in to see what God has in store for me. You know, so hopefully she get the money, because she talking about giving it away, and I'm trying to be on the list. So,
right. Well, I guess the beef is going. I am not a fan of Tasha K's to the point where I would pay for her content. And a lot of her content now is you need to be paid. Like, she show you little clips.
Well, of course. Because her YouTube is being monetized. So now you got to go to the app and pay $9.99 or $19.99 a month.
I want to know how many people paying for it, because I'm not.
I mean, it's somebody paying for something. Somebody making poor decisions and paying for it. Because honestly, because somebody gonna screen record it and put it on YouTube. So
right, that's what I'm saying. That's the purpose. Y'all pay for it, and y'all just let me know, because they don't even want to share the stuff I actually be like interested in. It'd be like the interviews with certain people. I'm like, oh, okay, that look like it'd be good. I don't care about the, like, you know, the stuff that I'm trying to ruin people's lives. I don't get joy out of that.
I just wait till it hit TMZ or something. You know what's funny? Even though we do hot topics, I don't follow not one blog, not a shade room. If y'all don't send it to me, or it's not on a news feed or trending on Twitter, I really don't know.
I follow them off and on. I follow like 3, and then I get a lot of stuff from like certain YouTubers, because they'll give me topics, they'll talk about it, and then you guys also send me a lot of them as well. So
other than that, I'm in my own little world.
Right. TikTok people is more what it is. It'd be like the TikTok commentators telling me real quick in them quick ones. I can't do like the long ones. But speaking of another troll, you know, because Tasha K likes to troll. This young lady, Mariah, honey, the porn star. Listen, we talked about this, y'all. We talked about Zion, because Zion Williamson, you know, he's supposed to be the next Shaq, and he was messing around with this porn star named Mariah Mills, right? He was messing around with her, but then he made a big announcement that he was expecting a baby with his girlfriend. Mariah didn't know he had no girlfriend. She thought that he was her man, and started trolling, like, because listen, I don't know about this girlfriend. Me and you were supposed to be together. How you gonna have a girlfriend having a baby? Is that even your baby? Make her get a DNA test, because I love you and we supposed to be together, right? So she was doing that then. Since we had this show, which was probably like 3 weeks ago, this lady is still tweeting, talking about this dude. 3 weeks later, she is still tweeting. The most recent stuff that she been saying, y'all, is crazy. Let me just show y'all a few of them, because she was going off, y'all. She was like, you effed up, spitting in my mouth all those times. Girl, you let him spit in your mouth. Okay. Another one. NBA players. Oh, she said NBA have sex tape of me and Zion Williamson, okay? And he also got them on his trap phone. trade him because he for the Pelicans. Okay, he don't deserve to be in New Orleans. And then she say sex tape dropping soon. Y'all, do you know what that is? Because that is illegal. I just want y'all to know that's called revenge porn. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to have a film of you and somebody in an intimate moment and leak it because you're mad at them. That's against the law. So that's not smart, Mariah. If you don't want to go to prison, you might not want to do that. She said he's gonna lose everything, and he's never coming back from this. She's like, it's over for you. You're gonna lose all your endorsements if the sex tape drops. You are about to be traded and ranked lower and replaced by trade. Okay, it's over for you. Yeah, do you think she was in love?
I think she should drop it. Drop the sex tape.
Why you think she should drop it? That's not
drop it. You know why? Because it's not gonna affect him. Sex tapes don't affect men. They affect women more. Yes, it's an intimate moment, but he's gonna be quite fine. He's gonna be quite fine. But you're gonna be in jail.
Right.
If I was his girlfriend, I'd have been antagonized her. Drop it. Don't tweet it, drop it. Drop it low to the floor. Drop it everywhere. You know what you should do? Drop it on Twitter. Just upload it right now. Drop it on OnlyFans. Get some money off of it. Drop it, bitch. Drop it. Drop it. Because I don't care what at this point she was in love or not. This is borderline. This is stalking, harassment, obsession.
But this is what we was talking about. Where we said, now what happens, Karma? Because you gave us the nigga 101. Right? How to get it.
Do that.
Clearly, she ain't signed that NDA. She said, no, I want you. You need to leave her and be with me. I already had plans in my head. We gonna be together. That's what it is. If not, I'm gonna drop this sex tape. Like, what are you doing?
I was advising him, since you wanted to go get a bitch off a thin line, a love between thin line and hate, you know, because you wanted to go get somebody, Brandy, from that movie. At this point, we need to set her up to go to jail. Let her drop it. Don't respond. Continue to ignore. Document. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody supposed to drop no NBA player because he dropped his balls in your mouth. What planet is you living on? They don't care about that.
You know, I mean, I wouldn't care. That doesn't. And the sad thing is, right? Are we normalizing cheating? Because he was with old girl, he got her pregnant. That's his girlfriend. He announced it, right? So I guess the big scandal is he was cheating on his girlfriend. So that's what she's trying to do, is to let us know he was with her. He was doing this stuff with her. He was spitting in her mouth and making sex tapes and doing this with her. This should make us not like him. We should not like him because of it. And honestly, I don't care that he did it. It's like, okay, so that's their business. That ain't my business. Like, it don't really affect me. Should they trade him? No. Should they drop his endorsements? No. Like, I don't feel like it's that bad. But I mean, like, the act of cheating on, people is bad. So is it like, are we desensitized to the stuff at this point?
I don't think so. Well, let me put it this way. I think we have been desensitized because if we hadn't, people wouldn't be having this mindset to take people back.
Yeah.
So I think that's how it's always been. I do not think that as we're moving forward, that women are continuing to have that mindset. Hence, city girls up and all these different things and do him like he do you, sis. Right. I do think we're coming out of that era. But cheating is not breaking the law. Cheating does not require all of this, ma'am. It don't require all this. But again, this is his fault, because if you had did what you're probably stressing your pregnant girlfriend out because of your girl. I hope she leave him too. I hope she get her bag and leave. Because if I was advising her, I'd be like, you better do what you need to do to get this bag. You better be talking to your lawyers about some child support. You better be getting his financials together. Because he is stressing you out and you pregnant.
Mm-hmm. All the way stressed out. And she good. Yeah, this is stressful. I ain't even in a relationship. And I'm stressed. So yeah, speaking of stress, you know who's stressed? This gentleman right here, Russell Simmons, is stressed, okay? Father's Day started some stuff, y'all. It triggered some stuff. So I was actually watching some stuff and like looking at some time dates and stuff like that. So I do realize what triggered him, right? Father's Day 2023 come out. You know, people that are daddy's girls or people that love, you know, like to celebrate holidays or they want to highlight mothers, whatever. They was doing that on Father's Day. All right. Ming Lee, I don't know her name. The one with the Ming name. I think that's his oldest.
I don't think it was Ming Ling. I know I'm gonna mess her up. I don't even care. I think it was Android.
So no. Ming Lee is the one that posted in her stories. She posted in her stories Happy Father's Day to her mom. She tagged.
Right. Oh, so it wasn't Android.
Right. Okay. So she tagged her mom. Because we don't see Ming, she ain't saying nothing. But what Ming did was
Ming tore it up and then walked away.
Ming said, Happy Father's Day, Mom, and posted it, which was shady. That is totally shady, you know. In my opinion, that's shady.
It is what it is.
But that's what they did. So I don't know. Like after this, we get Russell throwing some stuff out there about, you know, subliminals about fathers need to see their kids, mama need to not, you know, make them hard or whatever. I don't know what the hell it was. He did a little subliminal. So then we start getting lives from
Android.
And yeah, his youngest daughter.
Android.
All right, I'm about to play this video for y'all real quick so y'all can see his daughter.
Also speak out against him without him messing up my job. No, but I know it's gonna start more drama, but it's been years. All that money, they're crying about nothing. Russell Simmons doesn't give me any money. Smoothie. And you're saying this starts more drama, but it's been years. I've been in the drama for years, since I was like 15. So yeah, maybe it feels like more drama now, but I've tried, and I just don't think it's fair that I have to be quiet and I can't say it. It's ruining my job and I don't get to have a career because it's not fair. All he does is post crazy, out of control stuff, and we all just say like, God, like if I respond, it's gonna be worse. If I respond, it's gonna be worse.
Poor little accolades.
Hey, Yoki.
Poor little Yoki.
Yeah. So, we're starting to get little speculations and rumors that Russell is, you know, financially struggling. Y'all know he doesn't live in America no more. You know, he has some legal stuff that was going on, accusations. And he went to another country. And I don't know, people are saying he's trying to he's going to stay there until the time, you know, limit runs out and then he would come back or whatever. So I don't know if it's more expensive there, but supposedly he had Kimura got his money some kind of way. I don't know what's going on. He ain't.
They were in a lot. He sued Kimura,
yeah,
and her ex-husband Tim a couple years ago for some type of investment thing or scheme or some issue. Long story short, he lost and had to pay them. But he sued her,
right? But so now he don't have the money or something like that, and it's weird because I guess the baby girl just said something like Russell Simmons don't give me no money or whatever, you know, like, so I don't know. They're saying he's broke. And I got another video of with her mother, Kimura. Yeah, a little quick. She stepped in. Y'all know baby fat Kimura, Russell's ex-wife. This is her.
He's told the kids in writing, we have it, text messages, I'm broke, I this, I that, I can't, you know, go get it from your mom. Now, meanwhile, I have been financially carrying this person probably for the last at least 10 years. Myself and my ex-husband. Again, this is all proven with receipts. So if whatever, somebody doesn't like what I'm saying, you know, we could talk about it. We can come, we can open up our receipts. I love it. I love receipts. But I've taken care of this person to the tune of many, many, many millions of dollars to help with their bills, their overhead, their companies that they run into the ground, their unsuccessful bids, all of their stuff. I don't necessarily speak for my kids. but I think I could take probably a good shot at it. They're sleeping right now because it's not even 8:30.
So yeah, she's been supporting, according to Kimora, she's been supporting Russell for like the last 10 years, helping him with money. I didn't know his money problem started back then. So that's
okay. You been supporting that grown ass nigga for how long?
She said 10 years. She said her and her ex-husband. So her and her second husband were actually helping her first husband.
Absolutely not. I don't know what type of team project that is, but I don't want any parts of that. That sounds crazy to me.
Right. And then, you know, Aoki also gave us she muted the video, but she showed us what Russell looks like when they're on FaceTime. She was like screen record their FaceTime conversation. And this is a quiet video of Russell real quick on FaceTime.
Russell Simmons on FT with his daughter.
Yeah. So that looks very disturbing and scary to me.
I don't know. That little Buddhist thing don't look like it's working. Them little statues don't look like it's working.
Right. And it's crazy to see him like this. I
mean, is it?
We've never seen him like that. To see it, like, you know what I mean? Social media is have we ever seen Russell like that? He is very much Buddha, yoga, Zen. Even like when it was Def Comedy Jam, he was like, "Thank you for coming, good night." Like, he wasn't ever like, you know, someone we've seen a lot of. So
Russell started dating Kimora Lee at 15.
No, I'm not saying we ain't know that he liked young girls. I'm just never seen him like.
I didn't know. Now I'm born in '89 because it's always the comments talking about something. Y'all didn't do nothing about R. Kelly and y'all ain't doing nothing about Russell. I was a child. Okay, I'm just catching up to it. What I remember, Kimora and Russell, she was grown. So I don't remember her being 15 and they're starting. Like when I was introduced to them, they were grown. Okay, but just based off of me understanding he dated her when she was 15.
And he was like 30, right?
Just because I didn't see it, I knew it was there.
Yeah.
Gotta be. That's why she think taking care of him 10 years after you done divorced him 20 years ago is okay. He grew her when he was young. I'm sure he was younger than her. I wasn't surprised. And he moved to another country that he can't be extradited from, so he could beat these charges. So that didn't necessarily surprise me. It made me laugh because it's out, but it wasn't surprising. It's like when Diddy gets exposed and we find out how effed up it is, allegedly.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised.
I was like, woo!
I knew it.
Yeah.
I felt vindicated.
That's different. It's not, again, I'm like you. I was a kid when Russell Simmons was like, you know, the dude. Like, I didn't care who he was dating, who he was marrying. I wasn't dating yet. So I didn't care. But but it is common knowledge, you know, for me, especially once I start paying attention to Kimora, when she had Baby Fat and she was trying to have like little reality shows and stuff like that. That's when rumors came out to me and I realized that she was really young when she got with him and he was a grown ass man, you know, some R. Kelly, Aaliyah type stuff. So,
and she been protecting him
all of this time.
So, and you protected them Kardashians, because I ain't forgot about that neither, Kimora. You broke your neck, broke your ankle to go and be a shield, a human shield for them Kardashians when Khloe and Jordan was getting into it.
Yeah.
I think I have extreme sympathy for Android and Lily Ringling. Them two grown people, I don't have the type of time. Because Kimora, you at some point you aided in this chaos.
That's very true.
At some point you did. You and your ex-husband took care of her for 10 years. What ex-husband agreed to that?
And it's funny to me just because I guess it just shows me how we are just living in a day and age where you really don't get no privacy. Like celebrities don't have no privacy. We will dig up stuff, like it's no one is exempt, because seriously, like they were so quiet. They had it like we are blended. Like when she broke up with Russell, they were still best friends, and then she got with Jaimin and had a baby with Jaimin, and Russell was like Jaimin's godfather. Like they was like creating this whole little bubble of we are peace and yoga.
I never believed it. Like I never believed Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats and LaShonda's blended family.
You know what? I would believe.
I didn't believe that.
I would believe theirs, Mishonda and Swiss and Alicia's more is because I saw it was a process. Like that shit didn't just happen. Not you just with my man and I'm married to him and now you pregnant and me and him gotta get divorced and y'all get married.
But Alicia and Swiss served it to us like Kamora and Russell. Mashonda's the one that blew the whistle and said this ain't what it is.
Right.
Right. Like, but those two never, went into detail, talked about, they presented it like this is a we have a great thing. So as far as celebrities having privacy, they told us their business.
That's true.
They told us that we didn't ask for none of this.
That's also like the youth, they're gonna tell.
And she should, because she said in her live the reason she's going public is because he uses that as a tactic for her to be silent. He threatens her, uses his power to say that you're not going to be able to be in the industry, all these different things. So she had to go public to, break free of that controlling mechanism. And, and now we got a topic to talk about. It's so sad though, because she even talked about having anxiety to the point when he called, he, would cry and stuff like that. Like, I feel very bad for her. I feel really bad for the babies. They ain't number like 20, 24, 20 and 24. Like, this is ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
It's sad. It's definitely sad for them. And I don't know. Life be lifing. This just to show y'all that it ain't just.
I would have flew on a plane and beat his ass though. You ain't gonna keep yelling at my baby on the phone. I'd have flew on that plane and I took a Buddha statue and I'd have beat his ass. You ain't gonna
yeah, because you can tell he's yelling. He is totally yelling. We can't hear it. She did have to respect. He probably was cussing her out how Kurt was cussing his son now.
That was different. That was different.
But I'm saying she had respect to mute the audio. Kirk's son said, "Nah, y'all getting it." So,
and I cackle every time it pops up every couple of years.
I was like, that sound like me. I'll be cussing my kid out too.
It's the difference between Kirk's cuss out and what the hell we just witnessed. It's a difference. Right.
That's true. All right, last topic, y'all. Ocean Gates. So listen, y'all. I got an expert as my co-host because she has been
following these white people.
So in tune and close with this story because I don't know what the hell happened.
Girl, I love this story. I even watched Titanic today in memory of them. And us black people, we only seen that movie once. We ain't really, really into it like that. In honor of them white people that went down there in a toilet paper tube, I watched it for them today. And R.I.P. for them. Okay, so boom, this is how this happened. So just the backstory, but I'm sure everybody know about it at this point because Black Twitter and Mesa was making jokes all day. So there's this company called OceanGate, and they say that they are a scientist, explorer company, but they are also working on making a submersible, which is different from a submarine, that will allow people to go and be and meet at the Titanic. He charges people $250,000. It's a small little sippy cup. It's a tiny little infant bottle. Yeah. They have to fit 5 people in that little tube right there, in that dildo. They couldn't even stretch their legs out. Okay. They ain't had no real toilet because ain't no underwater plumbing. You know what I'm saying? Right. Sound like he made it out of paper, machete, and duct tape from Home Depot. It is said that the former engineer was against it back in 2018, telling him like, hey, you cannot get to the ocean on duct tape and glue. Like, this isn't gonna work. He fired him. They did a lawsuit, and then there was also another couple that said, "Hey, I paid $200 and something thousand, and you kept pushing my date out. I want my money." So there's like all these different things. So boom, you get to pay $250,000. You're gonna go on the big boat called the Prince. So you're gonna go on the big boat. You're gonna be on that boat for 8 days, because depending on the weather, they're gonna get 3 attempts to take their ass to the bottom of Never Land. So they got on the big boat, and then they got on the sub, and then they dropped. And then the iron 45 minutes into they drop, we ain't hear from them. We ain't hear nothing from them. They ain't hear no communication, no sound, no nothing. So the big boat, because this is the best part, they was pinging each other through little short text messaging systems called Starlink that I believe Elon Musk from Twitter owns. That was their communication. So then the big thing waited 7 hours to report them missing to the Coast Guard. So then they call Coast Guards come, Canada come, the French come, the Russians come, the German come. Listen, they had little power boats everywhere for the past couple of days. It's been amazing how many boats they done found. They done had civilians come. Shit, I almost got a little paddle boat. And went out. See what the hell going on, because it's all these people. They got aircraft, because they was like, listen, this poorly constructed shit was so bad that if they floated to the top, they couldn't get out because they was boated from the outside. So the aircraft is flying over the outside, and then they couldn't be. They didn't even have nothing to go that deep, so they had to call French and them, and call the French and the Russians and say, "Hey, do y'all still got that little remote control? Because we gonna need it to see if you could drop the remote, because we can't go down there, because we don't play down there. We don't go down there. Down here. Can you come over here and then drop your little robot and see if they come?" And they was like, "Okay, we coming, but it's gonna take a couple hours, because I gotta get dressed. I gotta get the robot in here. Like, we can't just get there tomorrow." So now the white people's panicking, like, "Oh my God, they only got like 5 minutes of oxygen, 10 minutes of oxygen. Oh my God. So then they doing a press conferences, right? And I felt like I had logical questions. Like, okay, so we waiting on the boat, right? If you got the boat that can get them down, and let's say you over here, let's say, so I'm in Westwood. Let's say you in Mount Healthy looking for them, right?
Okay.
And I'm the boat that ain't got the crane to get them down. But I found them over here in Westwood. How long is it going to take for that boat to get over here? So I didn't even understand when they located them, how long it was going to take for the extraction. It was just very complicated. Well, come to find out, the French come, they get their little remote, they go right to where the fuck it happened. Okay. They went ahead and said boop, 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 and went right to the site, and lo and behold, there go the pieces of all of the Logitech PlayStation pieces is on the ground. Everything is shattered and about. Right by the Titanic. Now call me crazy, because I had a couple of questions, bitch. I would have thought that would have been the first place you lived, was the last location. You telling me we up here with flashlights looking all through Cincinnati, and that they disappeared at? So here's my take on OceanGate, because it's really been a pleasure. I don't have to really watch no more. It was an interesting roller coaster of a ride, y'all. We as Black people knew they were dead 4-5 days ago. But I could see the pandemonium surrounded it, and if James Cameron gives me a Netflix movie, I know it's gonna be good. Okay, so I'm sitting here waiting on the movie and all of that, because I think it's going to be really good. But I want to say this part of the commentary of what I saw on the internet. So number one, everybody think they dumb as hell to spend $250,000 to get their ass in that sippy cup and drop to the bottom of the ocean. Two things to that. I truly don't think they presented it that way. Like, on their website, they claim they had worked with NASA at some point. We knew that it was they knew it was unregulated, and yes, it said death 3 times in a waiver, but bitch, so does y'all plastic surgeons. Ain't nobody reading that waiver. You feel me? I don't believe that they fully went into it thinking that there was a 99.9% chance they were gonna die. I really think that this was an investment experiment, because that makes more sense to me, because billionaires is a little bit smart. I think he told them, hey y'all, listen, I have this amazing tourism idea that's gonna take it above all other tourists. And I want to build a bunch of submersibles. And I want to be able to take regular everyday people at the bottom of the Titanic and make them feel like they are part of science. So I have this little paper machete that I made, this little cute little tool. You know, it's state of the art. It's nuanced. You know, it's not yet regulated, but I want to see if y'all want to come on. You know, we did our own test. We already went on 2 successful ventures. Go ahead and pay your money, because if you like it, then I want you to go ahead and give me $500,000 so that you can be an investor and make this money. Because once I get all these submersibles built from my little car kit from Home Depot, everybody's gonna be buying it.
Right.
That makes more sense to me of what happened. They were trying to put y'all regular asses in the motherfucking scuba suit and making y'all ass go down there for $49.99 a person. That was, I believe that was the overall goal, is to make a big tourism thing, and they were using billionaires as a kickstart. I don't know, baby.
That actually does make more sense. That makes way more sense. And you know what? What I'm happy is the ancestors and the universe, you know, like said, not my people. Because I guarantee, I don't care what they try to create from this moment to the rest of the lifespan, right? From this moment to the rest of the lifespan, a Black person ain't going on no Titanic tour ever. We're not doing it. Like this right here, if this day in history, we will not ever do it. Like, no, thank you.
I believe that. And so, and even with the Atari controller that's in the comments, when I was listening to experts, they said that was the least of the worries. That a lot of U.S. navals are using controllers because it's already having some type of build that they don't want to reinvent the wheel, and that the main issue was what they actually build the sub out of, because it couldn't withstand the pressure, and the more that they went down, it was going to implode at some particular point because the material couldn't handle the water pressure. I don't think they knew that part.
Yeah,
it's like my fascination with this story was really from a legal standpoint, because think of it in a bigger sense. When people we're gonna take the water out of it, because you know this is something Black folks won't do, so we can't really identify with this
at all. We're not going.
We would never. But let's take it on a smaller scale. Those who are getting plastic surgery, and you signed a waiver, but your doctor was unlicensed, does the waiver matter? Think about it. Does the waiver matter when you weren't supposed to operate?
That should not avoid it. No, absolutely.
So that's my thought with this whole bullshit. How were they able to legally put people in a motherfucking infant cup and send them down 13,000 feet? Yeah. And that was even legal for them to sign up for.
So, okay, the CEO that was on this trip, right? Was he the CEO that owned this little cup that we're talking about?
Yep, he's now pixie dust.
Right. So who can you sue?
Everybody else. You know why? Because this is alleged. This is alleged. This is alleged. This is speculation. This is my opinion.
Okay.
This is what I honestly think that happened. I think that there was some safety tests that failed. Whatever pressure test y'all do, there is no way y'all can tell me that something didn't go wrong, that y'all asses shouldn't have been in there, because they said that they were trying to come back up to the surface. So something wasn't working, and then it imploded. Right. So I believe that there probably was some pressure tests that might have failed, that they kind of duct taped up. So whoever the fuck did that can go to jail. I believe that people, some of the engineers and stuff that probably said things or put things together that they shouldn't have, they asses can probably go to jail. Whoever was in charge of watching them, y'all can go to jail, because it took y'all 7 hours.
Yeah.
7 hours. And I believe that 7 hour gap was for y'all to shred some documents. Because why would you wait? Why would you wait? Why would you wait 7 hours? Y'all already knew that this shit was made out of a motherfucking Titanic door. So why would you wait 7 hours? That logically doesn't make any sense to me. So there must have been some background movements that happened. Whoever was in charge of safety protocols, whoever that department head was, your ass can go to jail.
Right.
It's a whole lot of niggas that could go to jail. Let's go. And what's gonna be salty is the person who really need to go to jail. Guess what? He gone. He down there with the souls. He down there with the people of the Titanic. They like, well, we had a guest in a minute. So now you under the sea with Bikini Bottom and Sebastian from Ariel and all that. Now y'all down there. Y'all down there. So I think there's a lot of people that can go to jail because I think there was a deception with the way that it was delivered. And I think it was delivered in a way that it was in an investment, that it wasn't safe. It just hadn't been approved yet. Kind of like when we see people that do like drug studies. Right. And even if you do a drug study, there's someone that oversees that. And the fact that they were able to manipulate and do this is wild. Do y'all know that they dropped this motherfucker in the part of the ocean where they didn't even know who was going to do the investigation? Because they didn't have to register it with the U.S. Coast Guards because it was dropped by Canada's waters. But Canada said that ain't us. But there's French people on here. They don't even know whose jurisdiction this shit is. They somehow like passed every fucking loophole to do it. But somebody gonna go to jail. Because even though this was not a smart decision, I do not think that those people just decided to be adventurers. Y'all got me fucked up. Billionaires love money. They went on there.
It was somebody's like, it was a 19-year-old. It was a father and a son too. Like you would put your kids.
But they were billionaires. He owned oil. I believe, he wanted to take his son for this experience. But I believe that those people got on there for an investment. There was also, another scientist person that was on there and all of that. I think this whole taking these billionaires down there, I really think it was a buy-in for investment. Because the old interviews, David Progue asked him, was he making any money? And he said, not yet. I think he needed the buy-in, and he was going to expand it to the other white people that want to go see Rose and Jack.
Yeah.
And then make y'all think about this: when you go out of the country or just to Miami, and you want to do an excursion, bitch, I gotta look you up to make sure you gotta have this RV and stuff. This ain't made out of paper machete.
But see, that's why I ain't never been into like swimming with the dolphins, jet skiing, stuff like that.
That's that all the time. When I went to Punta Cana, we did a whole bunch of stuff. We got on boats and everything. I love boats. Now I don't do subs. I think the ocean is very calming, but I never even thought to look up like that. Like I may look up your reviews, but I never think there's unsafeness. When we sign a waiver, like we know that there's a possibility for death, but we are not thinking that the whole entire procedure is going to be fucked up or the entire boat is unsafe. I'm thinking I'm signing this waiver in an act of God. Like if I'm going to skydive and the shit just break and I'm dead. Not that you ain't put the parachute in this thing. I thought that was a given. That's what that feels like to me. With these people.
Yeah, that is. I get you.
I don't have a whole lot of empathy because I didn't even know about the other story about some refugees that ended up being killed trying to come over, and 500 I believe are missing. And I ain't heard nothing about this story until Ocean Gate appeared. I haven't seen a whole bunch of boats or nobody really talking about it. So I don't have a ton of empathy for this story in a sense where we should have been talking about it for 4 or 5 days, especially now that I heard the U.S. Navy heard the shit explode days ago and didn't say nothing. And James Cameron said he told y'all in the email they was dead on Monday. Y'all wasted resources with this. This was always a recovery. Y'all wasted a bunch of resources that could have went to other people. And I think that's why people are making jokes about it, because it's not that the people dying is funny. It's just the fact that they can frivolously spend resources or be in situations that are completely avoidable and preventable, and then you get all of this help. That's crazy. No, we don't do that. We're not about to cry a tear in the book. Sorrow.
It's sad. It's a very sad, unfortunate situation, though. Like, I can't knock that, but again, there's so much other stuff that this distracted the world.
What does that mean? Can somebody tell me that? When people say we focus on this and we're distracted about the meat and shit like that, I wouldn't have heard about the refugees any fucking way. It was never pushed in the media.
Right.
What did this distract us?
But why wasn't it pushed in the media is the question.
But it's always like that. I don't know if this story was necessarily a distraction, because a lot of people don't know what the hell is going on in Florida right now, where he is trying to make a trans bill where they're trying to take people's kids. If you are trying to push gender conformity, or if you are trans, they're trying to take people's kids from them in Florida.
So why isn't the media talking about that?
They never do. I don't care what situation has happened. I think it's always that way. I don't think this is a distraction. I think they push things out that they want to push in the forefront. Period. Whether these people died in that fucking sippy cup or not, I still would have heard about them refugees.
I guess okay. And if that's the answer, what we're not going to hear about, regardless if it was something else, because I'm just trying to figure out why we didn't hear about those other things. Because like, who chooses what's important? Who chooses what's important for us to hear?
I don't know what news station chooses the priority of stories, but I feel like anytime it is something that as a whole, as a humanity rally around, we gonna be pissed about, are stories we don't hear about. You know what I mean? Like that refugee story, I feel like people would have been on U.S. Navy's ass and everybody else about why are you not picking these people up? But there's a political thing that probably played a role in that. And that also played a role into the way that we receive the media. The media is political. That's why we got CNN all the way over here and Fox News all the way over here. It's very political. That's how they choose and prioritize what it is. But whether these people got in that aerosol can or not, bitch, we wouldn't have heard none of this shit. Nothing about that goddamn meat. They've been talking about synthetic meat for years now. Am I lying? They've been talking about giving us fake meat for years. I remember Cat Williams was talking about giving us fake meat on his first comedy special. So it is what it is. I don't think it was a distraction. I actually thought that, unfortunately, a little entertaining. I had my popcorn in my hand. This was a lot going on. They said it was unprecedented. Can't nobody go down. I thought I'm like, this gonna be a good ass movie.
It was like a movie, and it was
like a movie. Like, you mean to can't nobody go down there? That's wow. Because I would have, and if I was working at the U.S. Navy, I would have been took my PTO, because y'all not about to have me looking for somebody that I know is dead. Whether y'all want to tell the people or not, I'm not fit to be sitting up here working 24 hours on the clock, and I know by my expertise they was dead. They gone. Girl, I'd have been called in sick.
All right, y'all. Well, that's it. That is it for tonight. We will be back on Wednesday with another episode of If You Like It, I Love It reality TV review. Karma, did you ever watch Seeking Brother Husband?
No, I'm gonna watch it tonight. I ain't watched it. I gotta watch Bell Collective, and then I'm gonna watch that.
Yes, okay, you gotta watch it. So you can tell us what you thought about it.
I'm gonna watch it.
At least watch the first episode.
I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna see how it goes. So I'm gonna put that on my list. And and I'm gonna play My Heart Will Go On in the background while I do it. They said 2.5 miles underwater. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Listen, black people don't even go to the parts of the pool where their feet don't touch. Ain't no way. Ain't no way we was ever going that deep. Absolutely.
That wasn't happening.
They said it ain't even no sunlight. So the sun don't want to go down there.
Yeah.
White people gotta leave the ocean alone. Y'all gotta stop touching shit.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have done it. We cannot relate at all. We cannot relate even a little bit. Like, nah.
Not on this subject. That's not something we can do, because y'all just love touching shit. Y'all gotta stop touching shit.
Yeah, get somebody else to do it. But if you like it, I love it.
Love it.
That's right. Y'all get my girl Karma's journals. They are on Amazon right now. The link is in the description box. Support. Also, check out Woman to Woman, 10 ways we sabotage relationships. It's on Amazon as well. And support my boy at Revolution Dance Theater in Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay, Black Arts. We love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, and we will talk to y'all Wednesday. Bye.
Good night.